Alright, I just decided to do some casual bowling for today's video, but I wanted to also do like a little story time about my VidCon experience. So as I'm filming this is the day after VidCon. So the day I'm filming this is June 30th. VidCon ended on June 29th. So I just wanted to document and tell you about my experience of VidCon while the memories are still fresh in my head. So I'm gonna do some bowling, just play a few games. We don't know how long this video is gonna be, but if you're ready, don't forget to destroy that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on all the bells necessary. Ready? Because this video starts right now! Alright, like I said in the intro, I'm gonna be playing just some casual bowling while I do a little story time about my experiences at VidCon. So for those who don't know what VidCon is a huge social media convention where some of the biggest stars of social media get together, they hang out, and the fans get to meet them in a way. And there are 3 different tracks: community, creator, and industry, and each gets you different benefits. So I chose the creator track, which gets you everything in the community program, but as well as some exclusive talks in a way. Alright, so I got my first strike. So the first day, to be honest, was not really that interesting. The first day was just registration day. The convention hall hasn't opened yet, but they did have some food trucks. So I got to the convention center at around 10:15-ish. I would say about 10:15 in the morning. The registration hall opened at 11, but then there was already a whole, 3 blocks of people already waiting in line before me. So, for those who plan on going to VidCon in the near future, get there extremely early for registration day on Wednesday. That first day. Oh yeah, good pickup there. But that's my one advice for day 1. So you'll get a badge and a wristband once you get into the convention hall. You already registered your ticket, and you'll get a whole bunch of that first day. Once you get into the registration hall, you'll also get some free swag as well, which is nice. I got a nice drawstring bag, and then what else? Oh, a Sharpie, a VidCon Sharpie, which is cool. And then I also got the official brochure. Oh boy, chopped the 2, but still picked up a 410. That's okay. So after that, I got out of the convention, out of the registration hall. Then I got some pizza. Pizza was near the festival stage. The festival stage, and then everything there was not really interesting. But then I also saw some people just walking on the other side of the convention center, and I didn't understand why. But when I found out, that's where all the food trucks were. All the food trucks, all the fun stuff was all over there. So I decided to just ride the bandwagon. I decided to follow them, because I had till 2 p.m. to be there, because I was going to get picked up at that time. So I did. And I had that one thought in mind. The one goal that I had for VidCon was just to find as many creators as I can and meet them. Just meet as many creators as I can. So that's what I did. And the first creator I met was James of Fun Foods. So if you know, you know. If you haven't seen my VidCon vlog from, I think, last week, go watch that right now, before you continue watching this video. So I met James from Fun Foods. Oh boy, chopped the 410 again, second open frame. So I met James from Fun Foods. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's an older guy, but I know him from the Arcade Matt videos. That's how I remember him vividly. Talked about how he's undefeated against Matt and how he's so good at arcade games, but at the same time, that was like the first creator that I met at Vidcon, and that was basically it for the day. And then I think the biggest thing that I also did that day was there was a Fanta food truck. They had like free Fanta floats, Fanta samples of some new flavors, you name it. But then I played the little hoops game. It's like it's like cornhole, but with dodgeballs in a way. I don't know how to describe it. I seriously don't know how to describe it, but so I played that and I failed miserably. I'm not good at that game to save my life. I'm not good at throwing games, I'm not good at physical games. But that was essentially it for day 1. So day 2, let's go on to day 2. So day 2 was the start of the main event. The convention hall opened at around 9 a.m. I got there around 7:30, so I can beat the crowds. Alright, gobble gobble, there we go. So, what I didn't realize was that the gates open at 8 for registration, but you're not allowed into the convention hall until 9 a.m. So fair warning to those who plan on going next year. So I met up with, and then I saw James in the community line, even though he has a, I think he had the full access pass. That's the 4th, but then that one is not even allowed to the public. That one's open to those with invite only. Nice trip 4. Yeah, so I met up with James once again from Fun Foods. So we met up at the carnival game. There was a little carnival game where you roll a ball and then whatever hole it lands on, that's how many spaces you move. And it was like cat themed. It was like really cool. I like themed carnival games in a way. Don't chop it. There we go. So yeah, that was that. And then if you lose, you'll get tokens to the claw machine. But if you win, you get some ginormous prize. I never got the ginormous prize though throughout the entire convention, but I still got a whole bunch of tokens to play the claw machine, which is really nice. I didn't win any prizes on day 2, but I did win on day 3. So, and the thing is, I played the claw machine all 3 days the convention hall was open. So I met up with James from Fun Foods to play the carnival game. That was fun. And then after that, I went to the YouTube Creator Stadium, which is like this, it's like a lounge for all the YouTubers. Well, not for all the YouTubers, but for those in the Creator Track program. So you can learn more about how to do YouTube well. And then you can also compete against other people in the YouTube Creator Track program, which is really cool. So I did like a little bottle flip challenge against another person. I didn't win, but I got a little souvenir medal, which is really cool. It's a souvenir gold medal. It's not really like for winning. It's still a participation trophy, which I think is really funny. Lol. But after I went there, I think I got some lunch, and then that's where I met my second creator. I met Christian Leno. If you know, you know. From the last video, I met Nicole Leno on day 3. But then Christian Leno is Nicole's brother. And then Christian's girlfriend, Sky, who's also part of the, who's also part of the Leno family. So I was there, and then at the same day, after Christian left, I met a trickshot artist named Carson. He has like 4 million subscribers on YouTube, and he's such a cool dude. It's like, his channel is like, if you lose a challenge, you have to wear a banana costume until someone else loses that. But it's really cool what he does. And that was all while I was waiting for my food. Yeah, so that was that. And then after that, I went back into the convention hall for I think a panel. I think it's about embracing the short form future. I think I went to that panel at like around noonish. And that featured a Jordan Matter. Trip out the 8-pin. Oh boy. Yeah, so Jordan Matter, I didn't get a picture with him, but he was like one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's an older guy, but I really love his videos that I watch on YouTube, especially with his daughter Salish, his son Hudson. And fun fact, I actually got to meet Hudson on the last day. So I think that was that for the first half of the day. Alright, back up to 2020. And then for most of the day, I just tried to explore the convention hall. That was essentially day 2. But then after the talk, after Jordan Matter's panel, I saw on Arcade Matt's Instagram that he and Brent TV, the SpongeBob Popsicle dude, were at Vidcon, and they were at a YouTuber's named Horchata's booth. Horchata Soto. He's if you know, you know. He's Brent's rival on TikTok, in a way. For SpongeBob Popsicle versus Horchata, in a way. So I saw that, and then I literally rushed over to Horchata's booth to say hi to Matt and Brent. Matt and Brent are some of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And then guess who was also there? James. It turns out that Brent, James, and Matt are like best friends. They're all from the Pennsylvania area, and they all just hang out together every now and then. They always gather for VidCon. For any convention, all 3 of them are there. And then, at the same time, the same day I met ClawQuest, which is another one of Matt's friends, while I was waiting in line to go to the next panel about how to make anything go viral. I don't remember who the speaker was, but it was very informative in a way. I really liked the speaker. And then for dinner, that was like literally right after that. 4-6 split. So I went to dinner after the panel. I got like a Korean fried chicken, and that was like the meal that I ended up eating for the rest of the convention. That was like one of the best food truck foods that I've ever had in my life. So, Korean fried chicken with like, I don't remember the sauce, but it was so good that I couldn't put it down. So after that, I think that was it for day 2. But then after that, we had the Night of Awesome. The Night of Awesome with so many guest stars, where some of your favorite performers, well, some of your favorite creators get to perform in front of the VidCon crowd. So that was actually really, really, really fun to watch. I got to see some people like Sean Does Magic. I love how he just mixes comedy with magic in a way. He's like one of my favorite magician creators on social media. So I watched him. I think Stephen Ho, he's a Vietnamese comedian. He's a Vietnamese comedian, and he does videos about ER stories, emergency room stories. He's an ER doctor, which is also really cool. A comedian and ER doctor in a way. So that was day 2. If I missed anything, then I can just look back at my schedule, but that's just the broad synopsis of what happened on day 2. But day 3 was a completely different story. Day 3, I continued my search to find some new creators. I didn't find too many, but I had a panel at 11, I think at 11-ish. So after I went to the Creator Stadium, just to hang out for a little bit, I went into the, oh no, don't. That hooked too much. I was doing just fine. Maybe because I'm talking, I'm too distracted to bowl, but that doesn't matter. I'm still making content for you guys. But after that, I had a panel, and I got to meet Nicole Lano, and that was one of the speakers. I think it was Michelle Carre, and then Nicole Lano were 2 of the speakers, but I love Nicole's content. If you know, you know. I saw the video. I made the video on YouTube. I featured Nicole Lano on that video, and she's like one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet. And then right before the talk, literally right in front of me, like right in front of my seat, were Nicole's parents, Linda and Noel, which I've also loved I love that she features her parents on the channel, and they're like some of the funniest people you'll ever meet. They're some of the sweetest. Noel's like one of the funniest dads you'll ever meet in your life. Noel is so funny. I love his appearances in Nicole's videos. So I got to meet Nicole there. And then I think for the rest of the day, I think that was the main thing I did that day, was the panel with Nicole Lano. And then after that, I ate some lunch and I tried to find some other creators. I just kept running into Carson. I don't know why I keep running into Carson. He's just always there. He's just walking around with his buddies. And I just keep running into him. Friday was my second shortest day. I stayed there from 8 a.m. to like 3 p.m. in a way. Yeah, 3 p.m. And then for the rest of the day, after lunch, I went to Forchada's booth to hang out with Matt and James again, because Brett had his own meet and greet. It's like a he wasn't a featured creator or anything, but he had like a little de facto meet and greet at Forchada's booth, because people love him. And then I went home for just a shower, get cleaned up, and then I went to a Queen Nation concert. If you don't know who they are, they're a Queen tribute band. And I went to Irvine, Great Park Live. It's like a little temporary venue inside the middle of this ginormous regional park in Irvine. It's huge. The whole park is like I don't know how big it is, but it was such a nice venue. The stage was nice. My seat was actually really nice as well, really close to the stage, and I only paid $20. After fees, that is. But at the same time, they're not the real Queen. They're a Queen tribute band. They just dress as the members of Queen. And then they sing Queen songs, and they dress like Queen, they act like Queen. But then the thing is, I already saw the real Queen back in November, and they were amazing. But this group did just as amazing. They did so well trying to emulate the members of Queen, especially the lead singer. He did so well trying to act as Freddie Mercury. So yeah, they were such an amazing group. It was such good vibes. They were so fun to watch that whole night. Alright, there we go. That's my best score of the day. I think 280, I believe. Nice! 280. I think I figured it out. But that was day 3, and then day 4 was a 15-hour day. From 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. And there were a lot of stories. So, just as always, I would go to the same cat carnival game, the rollerball game, and then also the claw machines, because I lost. Actually, let's flash back to day 3 again, because same thing, first in the morning, I played the carnival game. I got 3rd place, and I didn't know 3rd place gets you a small prize, which is generous in a way. And then I played the claw machine, and they have a thing called the double clamp, or the double tap, air grab, whatever you want to call it. So with double tap, you tap it once, the claw goes down, and then when you tap it again, the claw closes. And then you have a higher chance of winning the prize. But then at the same time, the claw itself was really strong. So I ended up getting a 2nd prize back-to-back, in back-to-back games. So that was like the only time where I won more than 1 prize in a video. Not in a video, but in a day. And that's the first time I ever won from a claw machine in my life. So that says something. So, back to day 4. Back to the last day. I played the carnival game again. But then, I didn't win anything. I won like zilch. So, what did I do? I went back up to the Creator Stadium just to hang out. So, and then after that, I went to a talk. Another talk. This one was moderated by ClawQuest, and then featured, I think, 3 other creators. Tubby Nugget and Stephen He. If you know, you know. Stephen He is the emotional damage guy. I watched his videos not too long ago. I found out about him not too long ago, and he's like one of the funniest Asian impersonators on YouTube. He's so hilarious. So if you haven't watched Stephen He yet, go watch his videos. He's so funny. And then, actually, I ate lunch before that, an early lunch, before I went to the talk, because after that I was gonna go see a creators game, where some of the creators play just some exhibition matches and some games. They had a Family Feud going on, and that was where I met Hudson Matter. So right after the Family Feud game, Hudson Matter was just walking out of the convention hall, and I just took a picture with him. So that was like the first half of the day, and then the second half of the day I just went creator hunting. Just find some creators, hang out with them, take some pictures. And then that's where I also met the Sharp family. The Sharp family, if you don't know who they are, Sharp family, they're very big on TikTok. They're a singing family. They're very well known for their a cappella singing as a family. They're really good to listen to. And they were also on America's Got Talent. So if you haven't watched them on America's Got Talent, find them on YouTube. Find that video on YouTube. Watch it. They're really, really good. So after I met the Sharp family, oh yeah, there's our first split. Finally. Yeah. So back to this. So at 2 o'clock, I went to another panel about the young and the restless. It was the older guys were the cast of Ned's Declassified podcast. They're like former members of a Nickelodeon TV show. And then there were 3 young guns under the age of 20. Merrick Hanna, who has like 30 million followers on TikTok, and it is also an AGT alumni member. Nicole Lano again. I loved seeing Nicole Lano throughout the entire week. Plus, I love her content. And then, like Nastia, she's like the most popular girl. They claim her as the most popular girl on the internet. She has over 100 million followers on YouTube. Get that. I have 1,700, but she has 100 million followers. That's like unheard of, in a way, for some people. For the average human, that's unimaginable. So after that, and the one thing I love about VidCon is that after some talks, you get to have a little meet and greet with some of the fans. The creators get to come out, do a little meet and greet. So that's what I did. I went there to a meet and greet. I got to meet Merrick, and then I got to reconnect with Nicole because I met her on day 3. Oh my, Chop. And turns out I know Nicole's content, but for those who don't know, Nicole's going to San Diego State University this year, and she plans on vlogging it. So I can't wait to watch that video. So I think that was the last panel of the day. Yeah, that was the last panel of the day. I took like 3 30-minute breaks because my legs were literal jelly by the time 4 p.m. hit. And then after that, I just hung out at I think the creator reception for about 5 minutes, and then I left to go back to the food truck hall. And then for a little bit, I met some new people. Carson again. I hung out and then because the convention hall closed at 6:30 on the closing day, I had to get everything in on that last day. So I just decided to let it sink in one last time, just walk around. And then turns out Matt and Brent were just talking to people in the hallway outside of the convention hall. So I saw them. I also saw Carson. And then at around 6:30, I had a little dinner. 6:30 I had a little dinner, but before that I went to the Crown of Creators grand finale where they awarded like last minute points to like those creators who participated in the games. So turns out Merrick's team won. Americana was part of the Crown of Creators tournament, so that's cool. And Merrick's team won. Nice. So after that, I had dinner, and then when 6:30 hit, when the convention closed, that little area outside of the convention hall literally became a creator nest in a way. That's where like some of the creators met. Where a lot of creators met after the convention hall closed, because the exhibitors needed to close down the hall. So yeah, that was it. So dinner was the once again the Korean fried chicken, and that's where I had some last words with Matt, Brett, and James before they left to go back to the airport the next day to fly back to PA. But then I got to talk to Matt a little bit, and to be honest, I loved going to Vidcon. I love making new friends with some of the creators. I got to meet a lot of new people. So yeah, that's that. What was it? Oh yes, back to that. I got to talk to Matt, and I also got to become friends with James from Fun Foods over the course of the weekend, because I keep running into him. We had some nice talks throughout the week. So I got to hang out with Matt on the last day, talk about some arcade games, and he announced to me some special news that he hasn't told anyone yet, but I can't say anything about it yet until that video comes out. We were just talking about some video ideas, some different arcade techniques, like what are the best things to do at an arcade, like what are the best profitable arcade games in a way. Like I talked about what's different about arcades in California versus in PA. That was one of the talks. And then we ended up closing the night at the nice split there, at the Twix Techno Prom, which is the most casual prom you'll ever attend. There are people literally in t-shirt and shorts there, but then there are also people that dress up in costumes, but then that's one crowd, and then the other crowd also wears costumes. They're the cosplayers, and then the rest of them are the casuals. But overall, I think that's the last game, 266. But overall, VidCon was such a fun experience, and I'm really excited to announce that I'm going to be back next year. I loved it so much that I want to run it back. 2025 VidCon, I'll see you there. But that's it for the story time. I think I missed quite a bit, but that's just the basic synopsis of what I did over the course of the last 4 days of VidCon. So if you enjoyed the story time, don't forget to destroy that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn all the bells necessary. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you anytime soon. TP2 out.